What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Budget Enthusiast, and hopefully today you recognize which movie I'm about to review. If not, I'm about to review Halloween Kills. So I just recently saw this. I went to the movies to see it. I didn't watch it on Peacock, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts on this movie. Now, Michael Myers used to be really low on my list as far as horror movie icons. My personal top three are going to be Freddy, Leatherface, and Chucky. Those are my homies right there. But Mike has always been like way down the list. I don't know why. Like the 1978 Halloween, all those the very first one and all that stuff. They just that it didn't do anything for me. It just didn't do anything for me. I thought he was boring. He didn't have like even his kills weren't interesting. But fast forward to I think it was 2018 when this one came out, the remake, if you will, or reboot, if you will. That one definitely changed my mind a little bit about Mike. So fast forward to this one, and he has moved up a few spots on my list. This version of Michael Myers is super dope. So if you didn't know, I really like this particular movie. This movie was great. I love the characters. I love what they're doing with the characters. I love how they did Mike and how they made him this dude was so vicious in this movie. It was awesome. The kills. This is probably the most violent Halloween movie so far, besides the Rob Zombie ones. The Rob Zombie ones are way over the top because that's just how Rob Zombie likes to do stuff. But this one definitely ranks up there as one of my favorite ones to come out this year, as far as like just sheer excitement for me. I love slasher movies in general, so just for Mike to go around and just carving up people, and man, he used a light tube. He used a light tube to stab a lady in the neck. You can't beat that, man. Like he did some vicious stuff. Probably one of his most vicious kills in there. Like I know you probably gonna say, "Oh, you do spoilers." Hey, it's all right. But he killed this teenage dude on the steps. Now, when you watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about, or those who have seen the movie will know what I'm talking about. He killed the dude on the steps. On the man, he's hardcore. Mike is hardcore in this one. As far as like Laurie Strode, I see where they're going with her character, and I'm kind of glad they did what they did with her in this one. I'm not gonna give out any spoilers, but I think this was a great setup for a third movie for a solid payoff. Now, what I mean by that is the tension builds up, as you can see probably in the trailer, that the tension builds up for them to finally get to Mike and like bust this dude up. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So Laurie plays a smaller but an important role. Laurie, her role was more of a narrative mover, if you will. So she pushed the narrative along and gave you a little bit more insight on Mike as a whole. And it was really good. I enjoyed it. There weren't too many characters that like made me mad in this one. Just about everybody was fairly solid. Like usually in slasher movies, there's at least a couple people you're like, yo, I wish they would die. This one I didn't feel that way. Just about everybody in there was pretty solid. Even Tommy. Tommy was pretty solid. Sure, he was a little bit overzealous on trying to get Michael Myers, but it's very understandable. I mean, the dude was the little kid in the very first one, so he was tormented by Mike also. Like his life changed because of Mike. So hey, I liked it. I liked it a lot. I like the direction that they're taking the series because they're making Mike more vicious than ever before. He has definitely a more modern take on that. Back in the day, they didn't have the budget to do all the blood and gore that they do now. So it's good to see Mike actually showing that he can be just as vicious as, let's say, a Jason Voorhees or my boy Victor Crawley from the Hatchet series. Those dudes are vicious, and now Mike is trying to get up in there and be just as vicious. Like, the way he kills some of these people, I felt really bad for him. I mean, normally in slasher movies, I'm like, well, you know, it's a slasher movie. Somebody got to die. But I actually felt bad for a lot of these folks here. So, anyway, thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I would say go to the movies to see it, because we went to see it in the Dolby Cinema, of course. And I mean, it sounded like the sound design was so much better than any other movie that we've seen in there in a while. Like the bass shakers in the seats were a lot better. Like, I don't know, everything was hitting, every gunshot, every time he would stab somebody. Like, it was one scene where he stabbed the dude in the back, but he did it multiple times. Like, he would grab another knife and stab the dude in the back. Every single time he went to stab this dude, you could feel that bass thunk, and it was awesome. And there was a couple other instances where you can pinpoint where, like, stuff is coming from, or you'll hear voices all the way around you, like in flashbacks and stuff. Man, it was well done. I will have to say it was really well done. So, all in all, it gets the Budget Enthusiast 2 thumbs up with the knife this time. And you should definitely go check it out. I know a lot of you are like, well, you could just watch it on Peacock. Yeah, that's cool, but you don't get the same effect of being in the theater. The theater is always the best way to go. I will rewatch it, because I think it says it's there for 60 days on Peacock. So I will rewatch it on Peacock, but I definitely encourage you to go to the theater to actually watch it. It is definitely worth it. I enjoyed it, and I know there are going to be some people out there that disagree with me. And, you know, leave it in the comments if you do, and that's fine. I enjoyed it. These 2 movies so far have been great, and I'm excited to see what they're going to do in the third one. So hopefully the third one has a great payoff. Oh, one thing, my boy Wildebeest said he doesn't want them, because for context, they what they were doing was they were describing, they emphasized in this movie that Mike is just pure evil. Like, that's all he is. You can't kill evil. Evil is just evil, right? So my boy Wildebeest was saying he doesn't want in the third one for them to explain how he's so evil and how he's able to survive the things that he survived, like the fire and all that stuff. I 100% agree with him. Leave it up to our imagination. Do not spell it out for us on why and how Mike is evil. I don't want any supernatural garbage going on here, besides the fact that we know the dude is just pure evil. So, good point, Wildebeest. I appreciate that. Yes, you made it to another video. You make it to all the videos, actually. That's why you need to be on here at some point. But yes, I agree with him. Do not explain anything. I don't want you to explain anything. We all know Mike is evil. We all know he can take a lot of punishment. We all know he's pretty superhuman. That's all we need to know. We don't need to know anything else. We don't need to know that he was an ancient curse was bestowed on. I don't care about that. We know he's been killing a lot of people. People are tired of it. We need them to come together, and we need to have one big old fight at the end of the third chapter. So hopefully they do this in this trilogy, and I will be a happy camper. I love it. I thought this was great. So again, Budget Enthusiast 2 thumbs up with the knife. I encourage you to go see it in the theater. If you have to, watch it on Peacock, but please try to go to the theater if you can. But that's it for me today. So just wanted to say thanks for watching, and peace.